Alright, there we go. I know you've all been missing your five-finger death punch fix. This is a general message for all of the CRJ students. So this will go out to all 6 classes. This is just going to be an intro that tells you how we're going to do this. Remote access, at least for the next couple weeks, until everyone decides to not overreact and we all go back to work and back to school. So for the classes that you guys are in, we're going to run them the same in reference to grading that we've been running them. You're going to get graded on 4 major things. You're going to get graded on the participation. You're going to get graded on assignments, exams, and then the project. So the way we're going to do the participation is when you go into D2L, there's a drop-down tab called Activities. In that Activities, you're going to find a area called Discussion Posts. You need to access those discussion posts. Now, to make this truly a discussion, I don't want you just logging in once, doing the minimum requirement, and then getting out. So, it'll be open on Monday. It'll run through the next Sunday. From Monday to Wednesday, you need to log in to this discussion area. You need to post an original post. There'll be a comment, a quote, a question that you need to respond to. Then, before the end of the week, Sunday, you need to log on at least a couple more times, answering other people's discussion posts. This is supposed to be an ongoing discussion, kind of like the participation in class. So I expect for you to come into that site, into that discussion thread, at least 3 or 4 times. I want to see that you're engaged. You can agree, you can disagree, but you will keep it professional. You will keep it civil. You will keep your comments appropriate. Every discussion is better when it's supported by some sort of research. So make sure that you're doing that, supported by research. So for that grade, you'll need 3 total thread posts, an original and 2 add-ons. Assignments. In that same activities area, there'll be an assignment every week. You can access the assignment from the content section. You can do it through the activities. I think if you do it through the activities, it allows you to answer that right there in the activity area. You don't have to go out and do it separate. If you choose to do a separate document and then bring it to the, as an attachment to a email, then that's fine too. Those assignments will be available starting on every Monday, and the due date is every Sunday at 11:30 at night. Exams. If we run into a week where we were going to do an exam, in that same activity area, there's a place called Quizzes. There is nothing that says exams. I will put those exams for the week that they were going to do the exam for your individual classes in that quiz area. You need to still do the exams or quizzes the same way you normally do, except this time you'll do it online. And you can still use, obviously, books, notes, whatever else you want to do. Hell, because you're doing it online, you could do it with other people. Now everybody will freak out and say, well, you'd have to sit 6 feet apart. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. But hey, do with it whatever you want to do with it. The exams will still be out there. They're just under that activity tab, and they'll be called quizzes. The last area is your projects. Whatever class you're in, you have a different project due at the end of the semester. Those are still going to be due at the end of the semester. When we get closer to the end, I'll make decisions on how we're going to present those or how that ending thing is going to be done. Whatever you want in reference to your preparation, you still need to be preparing that project is still going to be due. It's not going to go away. I'm not going to change my mind and say we're not going to do it because we're online. Whether we're remote access or whether we're back in the classroom, your project is still due in the same time frame it says in the syllabus, and it'll still be a requirement to have done at the end of the semester. So don't just blow that off thinking we're going to get to the end of the semester and I'm going to change my mind. I am not. So don't fall for that. If you need to get in touch with me while we're doing the remote access, the easiest is still going to be the email, usually through the D2L access internal messaging email. You can contact other classmates through that same email system. If you want to talk to me over the phone, they're not wanting us to meet with you face to face right now. So if you want to talk to me over the phone, you need to send me an email first, and we can make an arrangement when that phone conversation can take place. The last thing with this, no matter what class you're in, the work week is going to start on Monday. It's going to end at Sunday. Every Monday you'll start the new week. So Monday, March 30th is the starting of week 9 in your content section and in your syllabus. Week 9, we'll have the activities, we'll have the ideas, we'll have the discussions, all listed in either the content section of D2L or the activity section of D2L. Also, there will be a video lecture and probably a reference to maybe even some other YouTube video or something that I want you to watch. All that will be done starting on Monday of each week, depending on which class you have. The number one thing I would do on Mondays, I would find that video lecture, I would listen to it. It's also going to give you that weekly instruction on more of what we're going to do. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed their 2 weeks off. Let's get started with this and look for your video lecture for each class you're in based on Monday's week 9. Here we go.